Hello, I am the Notherian, and I'm here today with Pesh021, who is going to be playing this Saturday, January 18th, in the Final 8 of the Forgewatch Invitational. Thank you so much for coming, Pesh.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I've also got with me Kit, who's going to be up in the booth providing expert commentary during the top 8 this weekend.
Hey guys.
So thank you both for coming today, and I've pulled up Pesh's deck. So Pesh is playing one of the Aloyan Utera decks in the top 8, but his Aloyan Utera deck actually looks quite different from what other people have been playing in these two factions. Can you tell us how you ended up with this deck, Pesh?
Yeah, I started off playing like the robots one that everybody was playing with Arcflight Squadron, and I started hating Arcflight Squadron a lot, and he was like missing sometimes, and like I felt miserable like playing against the Grimgaunt Devour Predator decks.
Mm-hmm.
So I cut him, and I just trying to like make more like synergy stuff, and I wanted the generals in there, and the oracles. And oracles really help in the matchup, and the generals this can like provide some like super exploding first levels, and you can get like like a bunch of like giant creatures, and they just die really fast.
So for me, I have two questions.
Sure.
So the biggest highlights I'm seeing is the jetpack. You are the only person running jetpack, so I'm assuming that's for Warwalker. But let's hear your take on it.
I mean, it can go on anybody. It's. I always think it's funny to cast it on Thundersoar to move it in front of something that they didn't want to do. But I cast it once to win a game in the top 8, and then I cast it another time to kill a predator that was going to get out of hand. So I mean, like it was pretty good. It was Ming is the king. He suggested it. I play one of it, and I was like, that sounds awesome. I like playing random one-ofs, dorky one-ofs, and it was pretty sweet. I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It won me a game for sure.
Absolutely, I can definitely see the appeal of throwing a jetpack on a dinosaur.
Yeah. I just love the appeal of a giant T-Rex who can't fit his arms through the straps.
So the other thing I had for you was the Synapses Oracle. Only one other person that's running this type of shell has a Synapses Oracle, and that's Table. What's your take on the card? How good's it been for you, and when do you want to play it?
I want to be playing it. I had actually had 3 for a while, and I wanted to squeeze in a couple other cards, like the second Heart Tree and stuff. But it is. When it is in play, I like the fact that it can be in play with a Battle Tactician and still get pumped by Patriarch at the same time, and that's one of its appeals of it having its actually one attack is actually a bonus sometimes, and it'll still let you pump it. And the extra leveling up is obviously good. It smooths out your draws during level 2 and 3, and lets you get just extra gargoyles and stuff leveled up that you don't have time to cast.
So we were talking a little bit before we started this interview. Since this is my rendition of your deck on my account, and I only have 2 Thundersoars, so I had just stuck in an extra Justicar, which is probably not the right card to stick in if you have 2 Thundersoars. Can you tell me how Justicar worked out for you in pool play last weekend?
Yeah, I said it before, but I didn't cast it once. I'm glad it's there. I don't know. This game's kind of about having your sideboard cards already in the matchup, like in your deck, because you don't have sideboarding or anything. So it's kind of a necessary evil to play that card with the Tarsus decks floating around. I don't hate him. I mean, his stats are fine. He still gets buffed by Patriarch 2 at level 1. So like sometimes you'll cast him so that he gets the buff. But he underperformed this because I didn't play. But if I play against the X-Top, I guess I'll be happy to have him in my deck. I would certainly be remiss if I did not have 3 Thundersoars in my deck, though.
Indeed. So I'm going to go take us into a game here. I'll send you a online friend challenge. I think I have I've got a Predator deck I'll play, and then
Do you have any cool stories from in the tournament? Like, was there a best game or a funnest game that you...
Definitely against Hans. I mean, me and Hans played for like an hour and a half. It was I lost the first game pretty handedly. and then I realized that he didn't have any removal in his deck, so I just cast Thundersoar on every turn that I could, and like there was in game 2, I was behind really bad, but like I ended up with like a 40 power Thundersoar. He just couldn't beat it, and it just trampled through him and stole the game from him basically. And then I kind of ran him over in game 3, but game 2 was super close.
Mm-hmm. So I think the challenge should be there for you.
Okay, let me see. Here it is. Okay. All right. I just accepted it.
And
So by now you've gotten a chance to look at all the top decks, the ones that you're going to be playing against. Is there a specific matchup you feel that you're looking forward to playing against? Like you might have an easier matchup, or any that you think you might struggle with?
Yeah, I'm ready to play the mirror a lot. I played the mirror like 3 times on Saturday, and if they don't have Botanimate in their deck, I think I'm heavily favored. The fact that I have Botanimate, it makes like that was what was helping me beat like the Bright Steel Gargoyles and stuff like at level 3 that are just like unbeatable sometimes, and it's really like a big thing for the deck, I think.
How do you feel about the ones that aren't mirrors, or any
I don't want to play the black green list. I think that is Dark Souls list, if I remember correctly. His list looks abysmal for me. He has Blightwalker, and he has Succubus, and he has Grimgaunt Predators and Devourers that can both get out of hand against this deck. Yeah, that was probably. I don't think I have to play him till the finals if based on the bracket. So I'd be happy to even make it that far. But that looks like the worst possible matchup.
Gotcha. So in the mirror, what do you prioritize for leveling?
Thundersoar is really good in the mirror because it will basically always survive. Gargoyles are good in the mirror because they really don't have much removal spells other than like some people have the Basher, but and he doesn't always kill a gargoyle too. So Gargoyle's pretty good in that spot, as well as like just your tacticians because they're like almost always going to get good values. So
sure. What are you playing the Echo Wisp against?
I actually like the Echo Wisp was actually I was actually playing 3 for a long time, and I kind of like hated its like anti synergy with the general, because like you want to be playing like your creatures like kind of one space, like 1, 3, and 5, so that sometimes you like don't have a spot to play the Echo Wisp, but like so that's why I cut him down. But he's actually good in the green white mirrors as well, because like we don't really have any removal spells. We don't have any way to like kill a guy with 1 toughness really well. So like if they have like just a basically like they don't have like an epidemic type of card or like a magma hound type of card or something that can like actually let you get value for killing the 1 toughness creature. So like, and sometimes you just randomly play Echo Wisp 3 and kill them sometimes. So
yeah, those draws are always fun.
yeah.
So, since you're playing Notharian right now, who's playing an NT Predator shell, what's your game plan here? Is there certain cards you level?
Yeah.
Is there a certain play style you adapt?
Well, against NT, you're supposed to level up Botanimate, but in this matchup, I don't have any level right now, so I'm like really scared of a Predator getting out of hell. I didn't get any Botanimates leveled up for any first level, but you're supposed to level up Botanimate. I played against I think it was Blue Decks, and I played against him in the finals, and that matchup basically went exactly how I wanted it to go. We basically had all of our Botanimates always leveled up, and just was always casting like our best creatures in the matchup. And like actually he had like Call the Weak and he had Dreadbolt, so like it was like trying to like mix up your creatures so that like Thundersoar is obviously weak to Call the Weak, and Bright Steel Gargoyle is weak to Dreadbolt, so you like kind of need to like make sure that your creatures line up right, so against his removal spells. Like here's a spot where this Echo Wisp is in my hand is just awful.
Play it anyways.
I might. We might just playing
The Patriarch 2 that you tossed down last turn was just devastating. It's Patriarch plays really well against Epidemic.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing that they do kind of have going for them, but this is where I play my shitty Echo Wisp and just laugh at myself. But you know, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you got to play an 8-3.
All right, so another one I got for you is, were there any other decks that you were testing before you decided on this one, or was it pretty much this from the get-go?
It was pretty much this from the get-go. When we first started playing, I was playing this black-white kind of like value deck. It just had like Z-Miss and stuff, and I quickly realized that wasn't good enough. And I mean, I don't know. This was like one of the first lists that I saw that I really liked, so I was like, all right, let's go all in. And it was pretty good.
Ooh, Roar.
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, and both the Battle Tactician and the Roar. Yeah, so I
the Predator was actually like gonna kill me pretty soon.
Yeah, well, I was. I mean, the timing matters so much. I was just a little bit slow in getting that Predator 2. If the Predator 2 would have come one turn earlier, I might have been able to make it closer. But
So I have one final question for you, and that's if you had the ability to change your deck at all between now and the Invitational, like what cards would you change right now, and what would you change them to?
That's a good question. I would probably trim down on the heart trees. I would probably cut the heart trees because they are good in some matchups. But in the mirror, they're kind of weak because like a lot of times creatures end up with too much attack and they just like one-shot stuff. So I'd probably cut those and maybe add some Gemhide Bashers. Like, or maybe some Matrix Wardens too. Like, I was actually playing with Holy Llama's deck, the person I placed in round 1, and I really liked the Matrix Wardens. They were really good. He was just playing them because they're robots for Arclight Squadron, but they were just like very like. I've played with them a lot in draft, and they're really good. So I understand like what they can do, and they're kind of like the white Magma Hound. Yeah. So I'd probably play 2 of those instead of the Heart Trees.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today, and we look forward to seeing you play this Saturday. Everybody should check it out, twitch.tv/Forgewatch. Good, thanks a lot, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks Notharian for running this thing too. It's really big help for SolForge in general.
Oh yeah, it's been a great event. It's our pleasure.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.